Welcome to Fresh to Death Comics. I'm your host, B. Luke. I got Hans and Rebecca with me again. Episode 9. How you guys doing?
I'm not ready for this.
You're not ready for this? You
No.
just got in here 2 seconds ago.
I was
You're
late.
like, I know. Are you doing okay, buddy?
I'm doing okay, yeah.
There's no way you could cancel this show. I mean, we missed last week. I really feel bad about that.
No, you don't.
I do. I was in the hospital. My eye has a corneal abrasion, as they call it.
Isn't it fixed? I thought you said it was fixed.
It's fixed. I mean, I got the medicine in my eye, and it's doing better. But I really feel bad because last week was a pretty epic week. We had
This week can be epic.
So So this week we have to make doubly epic. We just celebrate Easter. Did you have fun at Easter, Hans?
So much fun. It was a blast, Brian. It's Easter.
Did you get an Easter basket?
Did you get an Easter basket?
No.
I got an Easter basket. A little Spider-Man bucket from my dad.
That's not a basket, that's a bucket.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not. A bucket is a bucket. A basket is a basket.
But
A bucket can hold water.
well, it was a metal bucket. It's just like a basket. It's like a metal baskets.
But, okay.
Sounds like a bucket to me. I'm saying.
It sounds like okay. So we all, man, we just hate everything.
What are you doing right now?
I'm trying to get situated, hon.
Oh, okay.
Situated.
I'm just making sure. I'm just checking on you.
You tell me.
Yes.
You have new glasses. That's pretty awesome.
I do. I can see finally.
So now you can. Maybe one of these days you'll run the show, and I'll get to sit in the background and make fun of everything you do.
Maybe.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Maybe. You still make fun of what I do, so.
I still do. So yeah, let's get started because we have such an epic week. We'll start 2 weeks ago. Death of Spider-Man came out.
And
I was disappointed.
why?
Well, we're gonna do a little spoiler alert. So spoiler alert. Just the way he died, you know, it's going around, and they were like, issue 3 of New Avengers vs. Ultimates are gonna have the death of Spider-Man. I thought, you know, and like one shot will change the world, and they really did mean that. One shot will change the world.
Technically 2.
No one.
It's 2 books. Technically 2.
Well, 2 books, yeah, but 2 books, but it does happen in both the books.
It's in the same line.
It's the same line, yeah, but same way he died. Depending on what book you read, though, it's how massive it is. In Millar's book, the way he gets shot, there's blood all over the place, and it looks like his whole body's been torn apart.
Yeah, it's pretty gruesome.
And Bendis, the way Mark Bagel drew it, it just looks like he's got a little bit of a flesh wound, but
He's not gonna die.
He's gonna die.
He's not gonna die.
It's predicted. Why am I reading this, Hans? It's called The Death of Spider-Man.
I don't know. It was a flesh wound. He's not gonna die.
So, did you enjoy it, Hans?
No.
No. Storyline besides the stuff that's because in Ultimate Spider-Man it just seems so random. Like, wait, where are we at? Crap, I gotta kill him now. All right. Okay, swinging. Okay, there we go. We'll save it for the last page.
Well, they saved it for the last page in both, didn't they?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It just seemed like so random for it to happen. It kind of upset me.
Why was it random? They've been planning this for months.
Yeah, but I mean, I thought it would have been more epic. I'm sorry, when you kill someone, I want it to be epic.
The Punisher shot him.
Yeah, the Punisher shoots everybody.
Yeah, but he doesn't shoot Spider-Man.
He has shot at him. When Punisher first came out in 1970 something, and Spider-Man, he was going after Spider-Man because Spider-Man was a bad vigilante person.
But in the Ultimate Universe, Spider-Man's like 12 years old.
He's 16 and a half.
He's
maybe
like
17.
12 years old.
He's 17, Hans. He's been 17 for the last 10 years.
Punisher doesn't shoot at a kid.
He does in this universe. This Punisher's pretty evil.
But he didn't do it on purpose.
They tried making him Captain America, and he was all like, I ain't a hero. I'm shooting everybody.
Yeah, but he didn't do it on purpose. He was trying to shoot Captain America.
Yeah. I mean, he was planning on killing a hero anyway.
No, he's going to shoot him in the knee.
No, if you saw where that bullet was going to go,
He was going to shoot him in the knee.
then how come it was aimed for his back?
He was going to shoot him in the knee. You have to adjust for, wind resistance and...
I disagree.
I don't know. I haven't shot a gun.
All right, we'll shoot a bullet at you, Hans, and we'll see how it goes.
Wow.
We'll see if I aim.
If you aim at my back from 3 miles away...
Yeah. So, Carnage came out. You've been all excited about this. I finally got a chance to read it because the way Carnage works is you have to have read Maximum Carnage.
You don't have to have read Maximum Carnage.
To be able to understand who the characters are
The book explains everything for you.
Not real. I mean, if you want if you want a great,
If you want a deep, in-depth look into the history of Carnage, yes, read Maximum Carnage.
yes,
If you just want an entertaining story that brings back a character long thought dead, read Carnage.
yeah, but because like when I read it, see, I read it both ways. I read the first issue, not knowing anything about Maximum Carnage. There was a 6-armed Spider-Man thing. I was like, who is that? They were talking about the Shriek person. And people were killing people. I was like, what's going on? I had no clue. Once I read Maximum Carnage, I'm like, oh, hey, I understand who these people are now. It made sense to me. And I could understand the story better. And so I think you have to have read Maximum Carnage.
You don't have to. I mean, it introduces the characters.
It does a fair job, but if you
it's
don't
its
know
own
who anyone
separate
is.
story. If anything, it's a continuation of New Avengers.
New Avengers.
That's where Carnage died.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
He in the first volume of Bendis' New Avengers, Sentry ripped him apart in space.
That's right. Oh, I totally forgot about that. That's where that scene comes from.
See, you didn't even know what happened, and you've read stuff. So
I don't know. That happened so long. Hans, I read that like 3 years ago.
so did I,
You did not. You read it like a couple months ago.
and 3 years ago.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. Wow. My mind's just blown. All right. So I was wondering what happened to Carnage.
I mean, if you want to go the route of reading Maximum Carnage, then you also have to read New Avengers. So
All right.
if
Touche. So now we have a whole arc of this whole Carnage. So you read Hans. You want to take this over because you loved it so much.
what?
Carnage. All right, I'll just keep going. Carnage, I didn't like it. I thought the story was just, I don't know. The story is basically it's the reappearance of what's his name?
Cletus Cassidy?
Yes, it's how they brought him back to the Spider-Man universe,
Correct.
which I felt they could have done in Amazing Spider-Man. It could have been another Amazing Spider-Man story or New Avengers or something.
But they did it in his own series, which is awesome.
Kind of, but it's only a limited series. It's only gonna be 5 issues.
Right. It's just a limited series to bring him back, and then they're probably going to put him in the Spider-Man universe. They're probably going to put him in the Marvel universe. He's just going to be a giant villain.
I just feel like this is just a way of being like, hey, let's get people to spend $20 on a character we're going to bring back. We'll just make it long and epic.
Well, if it's a character you care about, you're going to buy it.
That's true. But
I mean,
what's your take on the story?
I thought it was a great story. It's a great way to bring him back. I'm not sure I could picture any other way of bringing him back. I mean, he was ripped apart in space, and I think Wells did a great job with the story.
Agreed. Like
The art,
story-wise.
on the other hand, it's a little dark. I mean, it's beautiful, but it looks like computer generated, and oftentimes it's in shadow. So sometimes it's hard to figure out what's going on.
Agreed. Each panel, when you take a look at, or even each page, Creighton Clay, it's either you hate it and love it.
That is not even
It's either
close
hate
to
it
his
or
name.
love it. Yeah, it is. What is it?
What did you say?
Creighton Cray.
It's Clayton Crane.
That's what I said. Creighton Clay.
Oh, of course you did. Okay.
But he wrote it, and
He
he
drew
drew
it?
it. And the pages, when you read it, it's like, oh, I really enjoy this, or else it's I really hate it. There's no like, yeah, this is okay. And each page it looks like it's separately. Like you have to look at each page and be like, I don't know. It seems like it was done one page at a time, and it's done terribly or awesome.
I wouldn't say terrible.
It's really hard to see sometimes. Like I thought it was Spider-Man punching somebody when it turned out to be Carnage.
Well, you never pay attention to art anyway. You just read it in
Oh,
like 30 seconds, and you're like, next book, please.
It takes me about 15 minutes to read an issue. And depending how good it is, it'll go faster because my mind is just like as I go through the pages because it's just, it's like a movie in my mind as I'm reading it.
But you don't even look at the art.
I do look at the art. The art is what draws me into the characters. I can read both at the same time, Hans.
Okay.
But because it's like watching a movie. That's how it works.
If you say so.
It is what I say.
But ultimately, you hated it?
Ultimately, I just thought it was okay. I think it'd be better as a trade paperback because the storyline is just okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's
I mean,
a 5-issue limited series is designed to be a trade paperback, essentially.
maybe, but I don't know. When I read something, I want to be enticed to it. I want to be drawn to it. And I feel like this story, it can be either, I'll read in 10 years or I'll read it tomorrow.
I mean, since you're just reading anything about Carnage, I mean, I feel you have no connection to the character, but anybody who's been reading comics in the 90s where Carnage was everywhere might care a little more.
That might be true. I don't know. I just feel like it's not... Okay, how about this? I can say the last issue brought about something that was... actually, no, 2 issues ago. That third one. When they introduced the whole baby thing.
The baby thing?
The baby thing. Like, Carnage is going to have a baby.
It's going to be that lady's baby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an interesting thing because now there might be another Carnage out in the world. I mean, that thing enticed me. It was like, I kind of like this. But overall, I thought the story was just mediocre.
Yeah.
But let's take a quick break, and we will be right back. And we're back. Fresh to the Comics. B. Luke, Hans, and Rebecca doing? So, Rebecca, how you doing? We haven't talked to you in a while. You're kind of silent here.
Good. A little tired today, but not too bad.
A little tired in the last schoolwork.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Next week, will be our, I think it's gonna be our final show next week because I don't know if we can do it during finals week, but we'll make sure it's jam packed. We'll give away a whole bunch of free giveaways, maybe a car or something. Wow. So much distractions outside. People pounding on our windows. We're popular. But yeah, I went home and I read a whole bunch of different stuff.
Did you say you were giving away a car?
I am going to give away a car next week.
How are you giving away a car?
I will give away a car to someone.
You don't even own a car.
I do own a car.
Owner was Hans. Thanks, buddy, for volunteering your car.
Yep. He's, it doesn't have all the pieces to it, and it works kind of okay. But Hans's car is going to be able for sale, and
It's
we're going
got
to
a
give it away.
folding table in the back.
Well, it's bonus.
That's a bonus.
It's like a hidden. It's like, I don't know, treasure.
You better make sure you win it then.
It's treasure.
Be like the fourth caller to call in, and we'll give away Hans's car next week. How it's going to work.
If I call, do I get to keep it?
Yep. If you're the fourth caller,
I'll be the only caller.
who knows? If it is, then you get to keep your car. If not, we're going to give it away to someone.
Call 4 times from 4 different phones.
You better work it out then. Your mom better be calling me like, I got to win Hans's car. What means if your mom wins it? That means she gets to keep your car.
She doesn't need my car.
She doesn't mean you can't have 2 cars.
And you have your birthday present for next year all set.
Wow.
Or your birthday's in May, so she can just save it till May and be like, hey, Hans, I got you a present. I won it from a radio show.
Free my car. Yay.
So that'll be fun next week. Yeah, next week we'll make it super big and super special. Hans, you've been ranting and raving how great Avengers is. And I even read it before I actually bought it myself because I was going to wait till I got home and read it. It was not that great.
What was your problem with it?
Well, a little backstory of the Avengers is the whole fact of they're fighting over the Infinity Gauntlet, which is okay. It brought together every Avenger team, secret, regular, and new. They all combined into one, and they're going after the Infinity Gauntlets. They introduced the Red Hulk as into the Avengers universe as he could be a good guy. But if you've been reading regular Hulk, you kind of learned that he was trying to change his ways, trying to be a good guy. And they're all fighting over the Infinity Gauntlet, trying to get these gems before the Red Hood gets them. And I kind of felt like the story was... this was the last issue. And before that, everything was building up. It was going okay. And I started reading the book. It was going okay. I mean, there was my favorite scene was the scene where he, Red Hulk punches... what's his face? The Red Hood. And then after that, the story becomes confusing. It becomes cliched, and it ends. It's just like, oh, but the last issue, I'm gonna write something to finish it off, and it made no sense.
How did it confuse you?
There's a part where where he's yelling at Tony Stark. He's like, "I just want you to disappear," and Tony Stark disappears.
I feel like after that, they were running through different alternate universes. Any Iron Man could have popped up. I mean, even if he went to like the future or the past, any Iron Man could have popped up.
So the Iron Man he made disappear is not Iron Man.
It's Iron Man.
Then how does Iron Man?
I mean, I don't know the logic behind Bendis. I'm just trying to provide some sort of answer.
Their answer doesn't make any sense.
Why? They could have just plucked an Iron Man from the past, and it's the same Iron Man, like from 3 seconds ago, and he knows the whole plot, and I don't know.
See, it doesn't make any sense to me. So now the Iron Man who's in our universe is not really our Iron Man.
Yeah, it is. If you go to the past, it's the same Iron Man.
That doesn't make any sense, because...
You are you from the past, correct?
Correct.
Okay, Iron Man is Iron Man from the past, correct?
Correct.
So if you pluck Iron Man from the past, he's still Iron Man.
So so what happened was, he plucked a 30-second version of Iron Man, and they brought him back.
Maybe.
I don't know, that just seems...
What's your idea?
My idea is that Bendis didn't complete a thought, and he just appeared.
Can't write everything for you.
Here's my thing: is one of the I think Tony Stark had a gem, the space and time one.
He didn't get a gem.
Well, he appears with all the gems when he comes back to the Infinity
Yeah,
War.
I mean, Namor. Once Hulk punched the Red Hood, Namor picked up a gem. Someone else picked up a gem.
Yeah, a whole
and
bunch
then Red Hood was left with a gem. Because he had 3 gems to begin with, and Red Hulk had a gem.
Correct.
And then they were fighting with quote-unquote Thanos for another gem, which was actually Doctor Strange.
Yeah, and he had the space and time gem.
Right.
So, I mean, here's what logically could have happened. Doctor Strange went in space and time and grabbed Iron Man and brought him back.
Right.
So, I mean, that's probably the most logical thing that happened. It just wasn't explained very well.
He didn't explain it at all. I mean, he just left that up to you. And
Yeah, I mean...
it's kind of... I don't know. You can...
I don't like that because, I mean, you're the one telling me the story. And my mind's supposed to be expanding in other ways, not trying to figure out what you're doing right in a story. And then
I think it fits.
And
with
then the
storyline.
ending was the most upsetting part to me. Well, spoiler alert here. This is a spoiler alert episode. Captain America is now part of the Illuminati. And I hate that.
Why?
Because Captain America is a Boy Scout. He doesn't do secrets. He doesn't do, he doesn't do bad things. He's a person that you look up to and you respect wholeheartedly.
He's changing.
I don't like that.
Everybody changes.
Not Captain America.
Why not?
Captain America is the same as 1939 as he was in 2011.
Well, obviously not.
Obviously not now, but he has been for the last 6 years. Captain America has been Captain America.
He got shot once, and then he was the Red Skull. Kind of.
Well, that wasn't his fault. I mean, when wow, let's say that's just harsh. It's not really Captain America then.
I'm just telling you how it is.
But that's how it is. I mean, it was very upsetting for the issue.
I don't know. It made sense to me. So
I don't know. I just have so much respect for Captain America that I don't want him tainted.
why do you have so much respect for Captain America? You've never read a Captain America book.
I do read Captain America. I mean, I don't read the single issues because his story is boring and cliched. But
how do you hold so much respect for him if he's boring and cliche?
Because whenever he appears with anyone else, he appears enough with everyone else that I know who he is. I mean, he's always the star in House of M. He was in there. He always appears as Spider-Man. He's always with the Hulk. He's always doing this and that.
He's a symbol of America, correct?
Correct.
So, wouldn't you say
he's a
that
symbol
when,
of how America should be? How about that?
Okay, so but when America changes, don't you think Captain America should also change?
He did. When America was doing something he didn't like, that's where he switched to his Nomar. Nomar?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
He had this other costume where he got rid of the Captain America because he didn't agree with the American costumes. He gave up being Captain America.
Well, he's not in his American flag costume anymore anyway. He's in his Steve Rogers costume.
The super soldier. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of like when you like.
He doesn't even have his shield.
I don't know. Just for me, I have so much like history with him. You know, of everything else. I mean, I have read some Captain America books. I mean,
Are you upset that he's not wearing his American flag and his little booties?
Yeah, I'm upset by that. But times change, and he has to do something else.
Wow,
But he's not.
What an admission, Brian. Times change, and he has to do something else.
But he
Didn't I just
doesn't
say
give
that?
up his values.
I don't think he is.
He's not giving
He's
up
doing what is good for the Earth. He's doing what is good for the people.
Yes, by keeping a secret club that these are the people who shot that shot Hulk into space.
Okay, think about it. Okay, if they need to solve some sort of problem, apocalyptic problem, they can just go and gather these gems, put on the Infinity Gauntlet, bam, gone. Okay?
Okay.
So they still have that power. But it also gives the power to the villains if they know it exists. But they don't. They think it's gone. People think it's gone. It's doing no harm.
Maybe. I don't know. I guess you're right. I don't like it. Don't like it at all.
You said yourself. I heard it. People change.
People do change, but not your morals, not your values.
Yeah, they do.
It just upsets me. So, I gotta go cry. Well, how about we take a quick break, Hans? Does that sound good to you?
Sure.
You're listening to WNYO Oswego, New York. Stay fresh.
And we're back to Fresh Death Comic. Oh, yeah, someone at the door.
I got a delivery for Hal Jordan.
Hal Jordan. Interesting. Hans,
That's pretty exciting. There's no Hal Jordan here, but we'll take it.
Yeah, well, we'll take it. Thank you very much, Mr. Delivery Man.
Oh, no problem. I always deliver packages.
All right, so that's a package for us, Hans. Why don't you take a
So
look
exciting.
inside?
What's inside, Brian?
I don't know. You have the package, Hans. Open it up.
It looks like I don't know.
Well,
It's yellow.
it's Green Lantern's package, I think, huh?
Green Lantern's package is yellow.
I don't know. I'm just taking a look at the box,
That's
Hans.
gross, dude.
So-
Anyway, so Green Lantern came out 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. It's been coming out every other week, yeah.
Not anyway, 2 weeks ago. Okay, 50. What's in something? 59. Nope.
No, it's 63. Yeah.
63. Okay. So anyway, the War of the Green Lanterns has been going on
Bom, bom, bom.
for about 5 issues.
Correct.
And what's happening is nothing. It's not really a war of the Green Lanterns. It's a war of the Green Lanterns and this one little blue dude.
All right, go on.
He infected the Green Lantern with parallax again.
And for all of us who, we all know parallax is a angle that you use to measure the stars, right? Is that what you're talking about?
I think so.
No,
that's not right.
that's what I learned in astronomy
He
class.
he's the entity of fear. All right.
All right.
He's the Yellow Lantern.
So if I get possessed by this parallax, I turn into
you're just scary.
big and scary.
You're
I
just-
make people fear me, huh?
You're just really scary.
All right, I can get with that. All right, what next?
It's in the lantern now, so the impurity is back. I don't remember when they removed it. Do you have any idea?
I know it was during the whole when Hal Jordan was parallax thing, which was
So was it when he died?
it was when
much?
basically when because that's how they solved the problem was he was killed.
Okay. So
Maybe
well,
he
anyway,
Spectre.
the yellow impurity is back, and everybody's being infected by it, except for Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner, Guy Gardner, Kilowog, and one of the Guardians of Oa. I forget what his name.
Gardner.
No, one of the Guardians, the blue guys.
Yeah.
Blue guys.
His name is
Ganthet.
Ganthet. Yeah.
That's it. All right. I knew it started with something.
I don't know the G and
Yeah,
there's an A
but-
in there.
but
And it's
Pretty
really
much,
weird.
they're not infected, so they're gonna solve the problem. But it turns out on the covers of the 4th and 5th parts, they turn blue, purple, red, and yellow.
Correct.
And I'm not sure what that.
Yeah, we just got it, so we haven't had a chance to read it yet. Kind of, I don't know. Is that
You hate it.
I hate with a passion because it's not what I thought it was going to be. as I started reading it, and at C2E2 when they started announcing that there was going to be the War of the Green Lanterns, I thought it was going to be a war within each other, like based on principle, like kind of thing, like, oh, we believe that we shouldn't interact with the other emotions. Well, we believe we do, and they fight with each other.
Turns out that's not what happens at all.
That was one of my theories. The other one was the whole, well, there has to be only, Sector 2814 can only have 3 or 2 Green Lanterns in their sector. And so it becomes a war over who's going to get, and they fight over it.
That's not even what it was either.
And that's what I was thinking. Instead, it just became this whole, like, I don't know, this dumb story about how, Parallax is in the system and how they have to get it back. And it's just boring to me.
I don't know. It's interesting.
Interesting, yes, but still, like, is it something, like, when 4th and 5th came out, you didn't dive into the book reading it.
No, I didn't.
You were like, hey, I'm going to finish up number 52 first.
I mean, it's not what I expected. I'll give you that. But it's an interesting story that, I honestly think that Green Lantern needs to move away from the events. I think he needs a break. I think he needs to just sit back and have a drink, something. Just rest. I don't know. He has too much going on.
Which I think they're exploring that whole thing. I mean, they've been talking about how you've been running on full steam. You gotta take a break. He's like, I can't stop. I won't stop until, every situation's handled.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's gonna be another breaking point. The break of how it just seems like
it's
Jeff Johns
exhausting.
has this thing as like, I have 20 events lined up for Green Lantern. He doesn't get a break.
It's exhausting the character, and it's exhausting my
The readers.
wallet.
Well, the readers as well, because I'm sick and tired of, I'm really when they have a date issue, gonna love it.
A date issue?
He goes on a date with someone, or he just goes out and buys a hamburger, like the Avengers. They had an issue there where, they just took it easy.
Who's he gonna go on a date with?
The Star Lady.
She's protecting Zamaron or whatever.
Yeah, but they can't go on a date and grab a cheeseburger.
In a black hole somewhere in the middle of the
Sure.
universe.
He's a big fan of black holes or something. I don't know. Maybe he can use his Green Lantern light the way through it.
Just went to a bad place.
It's possible. All right, so I hate the Green Lanterns.
It's intriguing. We'll see what happens. I mean, there's gonna be 3 left, right? 3 green.
Yeah, I think it's an 8-part thing.
No, I mean 3 Green Lanterns left after this.
Yes, after this, one of the Green Lanterns will leave.
Leave,
you
die,
wanna
run away.
Want to make a
something.
prediction now and see if it comes true?
I can't really tell from the first 3 issues.
So you're not gonna. So you don't have any guesses or what's gonna happen? That's lame. Lame.
Well, I mean, we talked about it before. I said maybe Hal Jordan, but that doesn't seem likely with the movie.
Correct.
They're gonna want to keep that character. And if it does happen, then great, because he gets a break from the Green Lantern life. He can go live on Earth. He can be, I don't know, he can do like reconnaissance or something. I don't know.
I still think it's gonna be Guy Gardner. He's gonna be the Red Lantern.
That's also possible. I mean, I didn't read Emerald Warriors, and I feel like that has a lot to do with it. He made a deal with the Red Lantern.
Oh, let me bring this up as well. How about in the end of issue 2 and all of issue 3 practically, there's just this fight scene where Hal Jordan's fighting Guy Rayner.
Who?
Is that who it is? Guy
Gardner or Kyle Rayner?
I don't know.
Which one?
It's the. Which one was my choices again? It's not Kyle.
Then it's Guy.
Oh, it's Guy. But yeah, I don't know. They're just fighting the whole issue about the whole, like, I'm a better Green Lantern. No, you're not. I am. It was ridiculous.
That was the kind of fear that was within them. They feared being at a lower status, I guess.
Like, when they became infected and started fighting, I was like, oh, I can understand this. But then it wore off.
But I mean, they weren't 100% infected because they had previously been infected.
Yeah.
So
I just thought
infection
the whole
wasn't that
fight
great.
scene was long, and it was just dumb.
I don't know. Kind of built the characters a little bit, but
Maybe just
other than that,
a little bit. It was just a waste of my time.
set up the conflict.
I mean, for $2.99, I mean, I don't know. Guess what I get? That's what you get for $2.99 comics.
Yeah. Speaking of $2.99, I believe FF is gonna be $2.99.
If the website's true, then that might be true.
So
So that's kind of exciting because I don't know. I'm looking forward to book 2, but maybe that'll come a little bit later in our top 3 of the week. But let's take a quick break. What do you think? And we're back. Hi, Hans.
Hi.
All right, so you doing good, Rebecca? Hans?
Doing good.
Delivery man's still here. I don't understand why.
Who?
He's
I'm the
having
delivery
fun.
guy.
All right, so time for the top 3 of the week. Hans?
What?
Let's start with you. Number 3.
Number 3. Let's see.
Talking to the mic.
I am, but I have to share. He stole mine.
All right, top 3 of the week.
Number 3. Flash 11.
Flash 11. This is the second to last episode, correct? Issue?
Yes, the second to last episode of Flash. It's going to be voiced by somebody.
Voiced.
You said episode.
I said
was
issue.
just running with it.
All right.
Yeah, it's issue 11. It ends issue 12, I believe, and it's just leading up into Flashpoint, and pretty excited to see where it goes.
All right. That's exciting. And it's $2.99 too, so that's not
Of
bad.
course. DC
So,
draws the line. at
Is
$2.99.
that a thing for you? You're like, oh, $2.99? I like this. Or
No, it's Flash. It's
just the
interesting.
Flash. All right. Number 2.
Number 2, it's gonna be FF issue 2.
And
What?
why?
Because I just really enjoyed how it ended. I want to see what happens.
I thought it was because of you have a crush on one of the villains in the book.
A crush on a villain?
Yep. You are in love with Doctor Doom, and he appeared in the book, and you just want to see more of Doom.
Doctor Doom's a really interesting villain. I mean, how can you pass
You
him
had me
up?
read Doom War.
Which
You
was
know,
amazing.
I bought it at Comic-Con because it was, I don't know, half off, and you said it was really good, so I read it. It was really good. I enjoyed it.
It was amazing.
I'm glad you
Doctor Doom is
recommend it to me
one of
because
the greatest villains in the Marvel universe.
he is. Him and Green Goblin and trying to think. I think they're my 2 favorite in the universe because everything they do is just spectacular. You can't beat that. And maybe the Lizard, just because I feel bad for him.
Speaking of the Lizard, let's move on to my number 1 pick of the week.
Number 1 pick,
X-Men issue 10.
issue 10.
Yeah.
Any reason why?
Because it's the end of an arc, so something has to happen, at least. And I mean, Spider-Man's in it, the whole X-Men cast, the Lizard, and the villain, which was introduced the last issue 9, I believe. Maybe issue 8, I'm not sure, but it's Dark Beast, and I thought that was really interesting.
It is.
I haven't seen him in a while, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, my top picks of the week. I'll start with number 3, which is the same one as your number 3. Same thing with me. Uncanny X-Men. It's coming out. They brought back the Break War and the Break World, and it was pretty exciting. Just because I want to see the conflict between they're the ones who shot Kitty off into space. So I kind of see one, and now, they had a whole fight with Colossus and whatnot. So I'm pretty excited about that whole ordeal. Number 2, FF number 2, because number 1, I love Hickman, and what he's done with the Fantastic Four is just wonderful. And number 1, I am going to choose Amazing Spider-Man number 659.
That's a shocker.
Well, number 1 is classified, so you don't know what it's about. And this was the one that Fred Valente said there's going to be zombies in it. That he wrote some of it or something like that.
Oh, right. It's the prelude to Spider-Man Island. Is that what
Spider-Man
it's called?
Island, yep. So, I don't know. That's what Fred Valente said to me. Maybe I misheard him, but I thought he said it was Spider-Man 659. It was going to be this whole zombie thing. So if it is, I'm going to be super excited because I know about it. I'm going to have him sign it. I'm going to give him an email, be like, yo, buddy, thanks for the tip. I really like this book. Speaking of Fred Valente, I read Herc over the weekend.
And
I enjoyed it, kind of. Like, it's something I don't want to buy now, but if I bought it in trade, I wouldn't feel bad about it.
now you have the first issue that you have nothing to do with.
It was an interesting issue. I mean, it was nice because I don't really know Hercules except from the 90s TV show.
That's it.
That's all I know about Hercules. No, the live action one with...
Oh
All right, yeah, but that kind of thing. You remember that show, Rebecca? You ever watch it?
No, I did not actually.
You watch
Came
Xenon?
on after Xena Warrior Princess.
Yeah, you remember Xenon?
Oh, with Sorbo, Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah, Kevin Sorbo. That's
Kevin
it.
Sorbo. Remember he was in the Walking Tall movies after Dwayne Johnson left.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was interesting. Hercules is just like a major player. Like he just walks around like I'm gonna save girls, and he goes and sleeps with them. So
He's a god.
yeah, but it was
Zeus's son.
just weird. One thing I did like was the Hobgoblin was in it for like 2 pages.
Which Hobgoblin? The Hobgoblin before the Hobgoblin died, or the Hobgoblin that just introduced after the other Hobgoblin died by the hands of the other Hobgoblin?
Wow, I'm gonna go with it's the new Hobgoblin.
All right. Just making sure.
Jeez.
You need an Ambien after that.
Wow, that was interesting, Hans. But yeah, you
There's
know,
just so many
it
Hobgoblins.
was interesting to read because it was a story that I didn't really care about the character too much. But as I started reading, I was like, hey, I like this kind of Hercules guy. He seems pretty cool. One thing that's pretty awesome is his shield has Medusa's head on it.
Yeah, his weapons are pretty cool, but I mean, if they're gonna keep introducing them as characters every issue, that's gonna get ridiculous.
You read the preview,
Yeah.
so that's where you're getting this from.
Yeah.
But this goes throughout the whole thing. He starts fighting these people.
So every time he pulls out a new weapon, it introduces it.
Not new weapon, but fighting style as well. He started fighting the people and using martial arts kind of thing. And all of a sudden it popped up. He goes, martial arts. He learned this through the Greek god Paralythus.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, so his fighting styles, if he uses a different fighting style, it's going to pop up how he learned it.
I can't. I wouldn't be able to deal with that.
It was kind of annoying because every 30 seconds. I was expecting one where he slept in bed with a woman, him to pop up like how he was so good.
He read Kama Sutra or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just bizarre, and I didn't like it. That was the only thing I didn't like. I was just like, this is gross. Not gross, but just it wasn't enjoyable for it to pop up. It kind of detracted me from the story.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Because it was every page or something like that.
So just email your buddy Fred and be like, hey, listen, can you alter this a little bit? We need.
Yeah, I'll be like, hey, Mr. Van Lente. He said, I can call him Fred. Hey, Fred, listen. I've really like hurt, but maybe I could change a couple of things. I'm not enjoying the whole how I learned everything. I just assume he already knows it. He does martial arts because he's a god. He can do that.
Yeah, he's a god.
So
That's what I would write every page. Herc is a god. Herc is a god. Herc is a god.
And one thing also was weird in the book was he was talking about, like, he meets this Greek guy and lives with him because he's the guy who protected him. Like, he protected these Greek people. And he tells them that he's the Greek god Hercules. They do not question the fact that he's Hercules. They're just like, oh, okay, cool.
Would you question the fact that he's Hercules?
Yes. Maybe.
Why?
I don't know. I just don't assume people are Hercules because he tell me so. And
Well, when he
his fighting
picks up a
styles.
mountain and throws it at you, I think you'll know.
Yeah, he didn't pick up
He
a
is
mountain.
Hercules.
He didn't pick up a mountain. He fought some bad guys, and because he's like 7 feet tall, I mean, I don't know. No one's questioning the fact like, oh wow, you're Hercules. That's amazing.
Isn't he wearing sandals and like?
No,
What's all that
he
Greek
no
person?
he's dressed like a normal person now.
He's wearing socks and sandals.
Yeah, but our time's run out, so unfortunately, you have any last words, Hans?
Nope.
All right, how about you, Rebecca?
No, I don't really think so.
All right.
Delivery man.
Well, I just gotta say, I had a fun time hanging out here and enjoy that package. Make sure you give it to Hal Jordan.
Well, that was.
Thank you, Mr. Delivery man.
Thanks, delivery man. All right, so we will see you guys next week. Which I think will be the final episode. What do you think, Hans?
It has to be. doesn't
Well, I don't know. If we can do it during finals week, we'll do it.
it? I mean, we can do it over summer. Not in studio.
Oh yeah,
but, like,
we'll definitely do some summertime specials and whatnot.
summertime.
Don't ever do that again on my show.
It's Will Smith.
I'll be like Steve Wilkos.
DJ Jazzy Jeff and Will Smith.
Are
All
you
right.
my DJ Jazzy Jeff or something?
No, I'm Will Smith.
Oh.
All right.
I get top one here.
All right, but we'll see you guys next week. You guys have fun.